Hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Where are we is what you're wondering. Well, we're on the old airport road and we're about to exit the Paphos area, should we say. This is Skipu, and I say we're on the old airport road heading towards the airport, which means one thing, lady so sweet Caroline. It means either we're going to the airport or, more likely early in the morning, we're off to the workshop. Yes, we're off to the workshop. So quickly pour Lord Nigel Big Guns a quick bit of tonic and sit back and relax. Off we go. Is the breakfast crew with us? Miss Dawn, Mr. Sean, Mr. Roger, Miss Anne, are you there? And of course my furry gumbaru, little Miss Daisy, and her little furry friend called Mr. Bo. He's thinking, oh, what's going on? Mr. Bo, the little puppy dog, you sit back and relax. We're off to the workshop. Now, Mr. Allen, is the machine plugged in? Flick it on, let's get going. It's slightly drier today, so you're not going to need your cagoule, and we're going to have a brisk walk up to the Colony Industrial Park, and we're going to have a bit of a mosey on down in the body shop. We've got this one to drop off, we've got another one to pick up, and we're going to see what's going on a rather damp, chilly January morning, although there is a bit of sun breaking through the clouds, as you can see. So, Miss Vivian, confusing my English there, Miss Vivian, get the kettle on. There's quite a few cups of tea required, and you need to whiz round and serve everyone, that's for sure. So, this is the former American School of Paphos on the left hand side, which has been closed now for a few years. Apparently it's been bought up by a Chinese gentleman, but we don't know what he's going to do with it. But apparently he's paid €6.5 million for it, and it's sat like that for the last year empty. So he's obviously got a couple of bob, that's for sure. Now on that note, if you really like what you see, please hit the like, click subscribe, and why not come back for a little bit more of our insanity. And if you really want to watch the channel grow and allow us to drive around more and more, click through to our about page where you'll find the buy me a coffee icon, and we promise that we will convert that either into coffee or into liquid benzene, pop it in the tank and drive around more and more and more. So technically I think we're in the village of Alechi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's how I'm going to say it anyway. And now we're turning up, and we're going to go up to the main industrial zone on the outskirts of Paphos, which is where the little body shop, the little scruffy workshop is located, and we'll be rammed out with cars as usual, so we'll have a walk around and see what's going on. Now, in a minute, I'm going to scare the life out of somebody, because there he is sitting there.
Hey.
And he's on board. Why? Because we dropped a car off, we picked this one up, and we're like multitasking, if you understand me, and now we're going to go and get another car. And if you really do like going to Paya and back, come back for the next episode, and guess what, we'll be en route to Paya, because we're going to go and deliver a Nissan Pulsar back to a lady in Paya, and I'm not going to be driving, he's going to be driving, because that's got a manual gearbox. I mean, terrible. Don't want to insult people, but terrible. Why would anyone want to buy a manual gearbox, especially as you get older? So I'll be riding shotgun, filming and gibbering and jabbering, and he's going to be driving. So come back for that one. Should be exciting because the sun is coming out, as I've said. So here we go. We're heading up this uphill area. So Mr. Allen, perhaps you should slow that machine down a little bit, because you're going to be out of puff very shortly. Now that's a skip lorry in front, and I have mentioned this before, but right at the very top there is a landfill. But whatever you do, whatever you do, do not tell the boys in Brussels, do not tell the EU, because obviously to have a landfill in a European country is highly illegal. And guess what, we've got quite a few in Cyprus. But please do not tell the people in Brussels, otherwise Cyprus will get fined. And well, I don't know, we'll have to do recycling and that kind of thing.
Finding them is one thing, getting them to pay it is another.
Yes, it's quite easy to issue a fine to someone in Cyprus, but trying to get the locals to pay that fine is very difficult indeed. So on that note, by the way, if you are driving around and you're in a car, perhaps you've stolen it, borrowed it, hired it, who knows, or I've loaned it to you maybe, you never know. I might going to loan the barn hawks. Yes, Mr. John, yes, Miss Louise, I will loan you the Merc if you want to go for a wiggle and a waggle around. You can keep your hire car, I'll walk instead, but all I ask is please no canoodling in the back. Anyway, back to the Gumbaros in blue, the policeman. If they catch you speeding, and they do like to catch you speeding, by the way, they always look glum and sad. There you go. There's a bit of debris falling off the back of the skip lorry. Good job of going nice and slow.
Don't say they don't give you anything.
Yep, they are. He gave me that plastic container for free, that's for sure. Real life in downtown Paphos. But anyway, back to the Gumbaros in blue. The boys in blue, they always look glum on the side of the road, but when they catch you speeding, oh my God, they start dancing, chuchka dancing. They start shouting out Marika and me and want to kiss us and hug us and all that kind of thing as they zap your credit card there and then on the spot. So please, please, drive within the traffic regulations. Don't go through red traffic lights. I know you've seen it on camera where lots of cars go through, but if you're in a car, please don't do it. When you see a zebra crossing, please stop. Anyway, there you go. Mr. Andrew, all the way up in North Shropshire. That's the rant over. How's your Range Rover these days? And did you enjoy your little trip to Liverpool in your Mercedes? Because he's a wise man. He's got two of the greatest cars in the world by the sounds of it. A Range Rover and a Mercedes E-Class, and he used to have an S-Class 500. This is a man with real taste. That is for sure. Now, let's park up here and we'll go for a dismount and we'll go and see some of the cars and go and see what is going on. There's that little white Nissan, so we'll go and have a look at that one and we'll take you round it. So stick with us, here we go. We're at the workshop, oh so sweet Caroline, and we're going to go for a bit of a wiggle around and see what's going on. Now, this is the car we just arrived in. It's a Land Cruiser, and it's one of the greatest cars in the world. What's happened to it? Well, as we can see, there's been a bit of dismounting of a plastic part along there, and when the gentleman did that, he also lost his mud flap, and he did a runner and buggered off, that's for sure. And he also wants us to do his front lights for him when he's here, and also I'll just show you inside because he's getting old and he loves this car. He's got two of them, by the way, and the seat is starting to, shall we say, decompose, so he wants us to get that fixed as well, which of course we will. And then when we take it back, we'll have a very good rummage in his pocket. Now, plenty of cars going on, as you may notice, but this is the one that we've come to get, and we're going to take it back to the lady. And this is the one, if you go hunting back in some previous videos, she decided to have an altercation with the bus and she mounted it and she, well, did a bit of damage all the way along the side, and as you can see now, that side is looking rather nice. Most of the damage was around there where she decided to hook on the front bumper, and then she clipped the front end as well, and as you can see, it's now looking rather nice. And on top of that, as a little freebie, we've cleaned up a light for her. And there is one of our Gumbaros. Yes, there he is. He's looking very cold and dreary on a dreary day, but the sun is coming out. Now, let's go and have a look and see what's going on. We've got Gumbaros over there. It's a Shishka boy, if you recognise him, waving to us. We're into the main body shop. Let's have a look. There he is. There he is. One of the greatest smiles in the world. Yassas, you alright? Kalimera, you alright? Good. That's Ibrahim over there. And that is Abdullah. Two of our new superstars. Greatest guys in the world, by the way. Let's have a look at what's going on in there. Come on, let's go and have a look. There we are. So this is a car that's just been freshly wiggled and waggled and painted. As you can see, the bonnet has been done. There's the bumper, as you can see, that has been done. This is a hire car, by the way. This is one of our favourite cars. This is a Honda Jazz, or a Honda Fit, as it's called in Cyprus. There we go. Let's get the sunglasses back on. And the rear bumper has been given a bit of attention as well. Have a look at that. So, this is real life in a body shop in downtown Paphos. Now, you might have seen this one in the previous video. There's that rear bumper, which is in a bit of a mess, as you can see. And there's an awful lot going on. And we're trying to keep all warm and dry inside because it's a little bit chilly. It is the middle of January, remember? There's a lot of noise going on in the stand. So let's pop out and see where my manager is. Where is the greatest manager in the world? Where is Mr. Hassan? Let's go into the office and see if he is there. No, Hassan is not in the office, but the boss is actually here. There he is. My Gumbaro number one, the greatest blonde cat in the morning, and he says, Kalimera, Kalimera, say hello to Miss Daisy. There he is. And he's called Cat. There we are. And he really is a very good cat indeed. And he keeps all the mice and all that kind of thing away. And this is his sofa. And this is his home. And he is a star amongst stars. And Mr. Bo is now going absolutely nuts. Right, see you, Mr. Cat. Right, let's get back out and see what's going on in the world outside. And let's show you a bit of sunshine as well, because there's a lot of sunshine in the sky today. Have a look at that. So as you can see, there's quite a few cars parked up. Let's have a wiggle and a waggle over here and see what is going on. Well, that's a Honda that's been given us from Mario's Honda, and he's taken that in part exchange, and it's got a bit of bobs and this to be done. We popped that one back outside again because we've understood there's a lot of work on there and we're too busy. Well, that one was brought in by a young gentleman about a week ago now, and as you can see, well, he had a bit of an altercation with the rear end of, well, another car. We're not sure what car it was, but I would imagine that the car that he gave a nudge to is probably worse than that one. So let's have a look over here and see what we've got. We've got no room, by the way. We have got no room. Now, I'm going to take you over here and show you this car, because remember, we didn't understand what had happened to this car. There he is. There's that man again. He's desperately trying to get on to Marika and me. Have you found the channel yet? Oh, he's just looking. He could be on some other channel. Anyway, there's that car. Do you remember we were pondered on what had happened to it? And now we know. What actually happened was the bonnet catch broke while he was going down the road, only at about 60 kilometers an hour. The bonnet flew up and smacked him on his forehead, smashed his windscreen and damaged his roof. And as you can see, slowly but surely, it's coming back to life. All the front bumper has been done, the front wings have been done, the roof has been done. We've got the bumper all sanded back, and we're going to do that separately, and then we're waiting for a new windscreen, as you can see. And some of it's on the insurance and some of it's he's paying for himself. Have a look at that for a view. There we are, downtown Paphos on a beautiful, beautiful January morning. The sun is breaking through the clouds. There's people running for dear life because they're wanted on many, many continents. That's the Shishka boy coming out again, Mr. Ibrahim. And he's always a busy chappie. And that's the view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Why not come back for a little bit more of our madness? So it's goodbye from me and
Goodbye from me.
thanks for watching.